Yo guys, what's going on? Yorkie here and welcome back to another episode of this FIFA 22 Spurs career mode. And today is the big one, right? We determine what we're going to do with Harry Kane. And you guys absolutely smashed the comments on what you think we should do with Kane. But before we get into that, I did say I weren't going to do this as often anymore, but I'm still going to do this. My goal for this year on FIFA 22 was to hit 2K. In the FIFA 22 game cycle. So 2K in the entirety of FIFA 22. That was in my mind. I don't really set outward goals. I'm not like posting it everywhere. This is what I want to do this year. This is what I'm going to do. But that was in my head. I was like, if we can hit 2K by the end of FIFA 22, I'd be really happy and feel very blessed. And we've hit it already. You guys have smashed it out the park. We've hit it and then some. Thank you. I've got nothing else to say, but thank you. I appreciate the support. Thank you for helping me hit 2K. And here's to the next one. 3K, I'm guessing should be the next one. I don't know, but thanks for the support, boys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's figure out what we're going to do with Kane. It did feel a little bit split in the comments. It felt like you guys wanted to see Kane go. You wanted us to sell Kane. I think we all agree. Kane would probably go in real life. The best we will most likely do this year is Champions League. I don't see us catching Man United now. There's no hopes of winning the league this year. And I don't think we're good enough to win the league this year. So a lot of you guys believe that as long as we don't achieve winning the league, then Harry Kane should go. And our ambition probably next season wouldn't be win the league. If I'm being 100% honest with you, especially fighting in the Champions League as well. So it does make sense that we let Harry Kane go. And Man City as a destination, you guys completely agree with, think it's correct. But the big one for me was don't get Bernardo Silva, get more money, and probably don't do it in this window. So I think for the purposes of it, we are going to keep Harry Kane. I don't think that Spurs would sell him on deadline day to Man City, if I'm being 100% honest. I don't think they'd sell him on deadline day to anyone. And since I really do like these to be realistic, I think it's the best way to play FIFA. We are going to keep him until the summer. But in the summer, I think potentially what we could do, you guys seem to really like this, is go for Gabriel Jesus and Harry Kane in a swap with roughly around 50 million on top of that going to us. And that would make sense because if we look at Gabriel Jesus, he hasn't scored a single goal yet in the Prem this year and he's not really playing for Man City. Like, he's just not really playing for them. It would make sense that he potentially came to us. So I like that deal. When it comes to Bernardo Silva, he's actually played quite a bit of football for Man City. So 20 appearances so far. He's up there with one of the top 4 appearances. So Gabriel Jesus already makes more sense. So I think that will be the play. In the summer, we will go for Kane and Jesus. If we can't do the swap deal, it's fine. We will just ask for anywhere between 150 to 200 million for Harry Kane. Because I think he's worth that. And if you think about if we get that amount of cash, I think Lautaro Martinez might be 60 plus million. If that, Romero 40 to 50 million. It really would help us build the team to give it a good go to get Champions League football again. And as well, to have an okay run in the Champions League. I think it'd help us build the team next season with Kane leaving the club. I'm still not sure how much Levy's going to give us. I'm not sure how the budgets work this year. I know last year on FIFA, the budgets were a little bit inflated, like Crystal Palace Season 2. I was getting like 90 million, which just isn't real. But I think with Spurs, he might be a little bit tighter with us. So with all that said, Harry Kane will be staying at the club. But I imagine we've got a gentleman's agreement now. In my brain, how this works, we've got a gentleman's agreement right now with Harry Kane that is, we can't let you go now in this window. We will let you go in the summer. And that's the agreement that we kind of have with Harry Kane, and we will stick to that. He will go in the summer. Also want to know, don't know if this is a bug or whatever, but I do have a lot of people on this list, and I can't get anyone to go. Like, these guys have been on this list for ages. Like, nobody's leaving the club. So it says I've recently received offers, but I haven't. We have no offers for them, or else they would be going. Yeah, I'm just struggling to get players out. Eric Dier being the main one. We've had loads of bids come in, and this is from a while back. Once we finally listed in, nada, nothing. Weird. Flying through the window here, and absolutely nothing is coming in at the moment. The first 5 hours have been dead as. All we've got is that Rabiot is being looked at. He's someone who we had on our list potentially for the future. But it looks like it's going to be a window that has yielded not very much in terms of outgoings for us, and that's not what I wanted. The Rabiot deal potentially to Dortmund, which is cheap, 26 million is very cheap. I wouldn't have minded him for that myself. And now Sanchez to Wolves, I mean, he's definitely a Wolves style signing for 33.5. Now, if we'd had better money, Those are two players I would have loved to have had. Daniel Levy really being tight with the purse strings this season as her. And then when we do get a transfer offer, it's for Tandanga. And I do like Fabio Vieira, but I think Tandanga's one of those players that will probably be a lifer in this series, staying at Tottenham. I just don't see us moving him on. I think he'll be here for the entirety of the set. The exchange player that they are putting in, though, Fabio Vieira, is a beast and could be brilliant for the future. Rayleigh could be brilliant for the future. Could play both wings as well. But we'll reject that one. But what a disappointment not getting more bids in. I genuinely thought we would have got more bids in than what we got. We're going to get another one here. Finally in for Bennett from Monaco. That's interesting. I'm just going to accept that one straight off the bat. My problem is we're on the last hour. Usually if you get a transfer in now on the last hour, it's not going to go through. It will collapse. So I imagine that deal's not going to happen. We'll take a cheeky look at what's happened in the league in terms of this window. It doesn't look like much has happened. Arsenal signing a few players. Doherty, of course, for us. Radonjic going in for a freebie. Conster and Hawes going out. Interesting that they've let two centre-backs go there. But when we're looking at it, no clubs have really done too much business in January. And that is kind of how it should be. Teams don't tend to do. Wow, Erling Haaland's gone to Man City. I've just seen this move here on this side. Ooh, that is a big deal for Man City. Now, does that mean we don't sell Harry Kane? They've opted with Erling Haaland, boys. Does that mean Harry Kane's move now to Man City is off? Is that how we look at that? Erling Haaland joins Man City. I expect that to happen in real life. Is the Harry Kane move to Man City now off the table? Do we have to move him elsewhere? Potentially Man United? That is crazy, but you can see here that there's a lot of deals not happening, and I think that's just maybe the January window being toned down a little bit. Obviously, Haaland, a big deal there, but Man City only made that deal. Royce going in there at Manchester United. I think he was rumoured with Man United for ages, and it never really happened. So there's a few clubs that have spent a little bit, but not too much being done in the window. I'm happy with our window, just at the fact I would have liked to have got more players out of the club, which is a little bit frustrating. But no real big spenders in this window, apart from Manchester City. I quite like that. January shouldn't be a place where you spend a ton. Here we go. The window has closed, and as expected, the Bennett move isn't going to go through because final day. Why come in on the final day if it can't go through? You have a Son offer here right at the end of the window, which is absolutely madness, and it's a huge chunk of change. It's a big amount of money, but Son's just signed a new contract with us. So, I mean, regardless, Son's just signed a new contract with us. We wouldn't be selling him. And definitely not to Valencia, who I'm pretty sure have debt problems, yet can afford 84 million for Son. He's already valued. They reckon we should be getting between 106 and 156. And that's not just happening. Although Son will be 30 next year, we have to start bearing that in mind. There's no way he leaves right now, is there? The Eric Dier bid is going to come in now, way after the window. We will discuss this, we'll negotiate it and get the deal done. I reckon we could push a little bit of extra cash, maybe anywhere up to 22. They're not miles off that, so let's negotiate. I definitely need someone to remind me to put my glasses on at the start of these videos, because I always forget and then my eyes start hurting and then I wonder why my eyes are hurt. But anyway, let's try and get... I'm not going to go 22 because I think that's a steep rise from the 16. But if we could get 20 for Eric Dier, that would genuinely be a blessing. Now, when I've tried negotiating with him in the past, it's not worked, but they're happy to do that deal. So 20 million, Eric Dier will go to Ajax, and that's a really good deal for us. So we will have that extra 20 million now. Does that give us enough? They won't give us all 20. I think we might have enough here to make the deal for Romero happen, which is exactly what we want, because I will shift the wage. We're going to get some wage back from Eric Dier as well, and maybe we can get this Romero deal over the line, which we've been trying to do for ages. We'll quick sim this first game here against Southampton. Pretty decent lineup for ourselves. They've still got Ward-Prowse out wide. I really think Ward-Prowse would be a great player for us to go to if we needed to. I will quick sim it though, and I'm expecting a decent result. We do get the win. Son with a goal there, well, the winner, and Ndombele scoring early on. That will push us straight into this Wolves game, and we are going to play this one. We do have European nights coming thick and fast, so this will be the starting lineup. Sanchez is starting for Wolves today. It's a decent lineup for them. They've got a lot of pace out on those wings, so we have to be cautious of the counter-attack. Kane and Vlahovic up top. That hasn't happened too often. I was thinking about Son and Kane today up top. But I'm going to go Kane and Vlahovic. Dele Alli linking up, playing behind them. Son on the left. Neres has been brilliant for me of recent time. He's played a lot of games. I'm going to keep him there on the right-hand side. Højbjerg, of course, at CDM. Timber comes in for his first game at the club. It's still a very strong lineup, regardless. I'm feeling like the strength in depth now is pretty decent as well. No easy task, this. Wolves just are not an easy task, so I think this could be a tough game. I'm worried about the pace. They've got a lot of pace in this squad, and you know what it's like already on the counter-attack on this game. Word of warning, sliders are currently being tweaked now for next gen. I'm working on a current gen set. I know people keep asking me a lot about sliders, and I really appreciate that because sliders make the game better for me. So we are working on current gen. I don't feel like they need tweaking as much though on current gen. Sorry, on next gen as current gen. So I'm working on a set for both, but it's difficult because I have to flip between both games to figure out what's going to be good. I'm going to use this series, of course, to do the next-gen sliders, but I don't have a series on old gen, so I'm having to play that. I might stream a career mode if people are interested in seeing a career mode on Twitch. I might stream that. But anyway, let's go and get this win. I'll tell you something, though, what'll be nice is I won't have to touch the goalkeeper slider on this year's game, will I? I won't have to touch that one. Really, what I'm doing at the moment with the sliders, for a lot of stuff, especially with old gen, because the pace of the game's a lot more different, is just slowing the game down a little bit. That's legitimately mainly what I'm doing with sliders at the moment. It's just slowing the game down a little bit. Harry Kane now, don't stand off him. Jose Sa with a save. Can't stand off him like that, they'll be in trouble. It's super sunny here on half the pitch and not the other half, and it's really confusing for my eyes. I'm struggling a little bit. Nelson Semedo there is going to do the switch out wide. Switches this year are so strong, I find. I mean, size. Neto with the instant shot, but it's not a very good one. Big day here for Timber. He's a little bit short. He's got decent pace, though, and we like to play out from the back, so hopefully he can learn this passing style quickly. That is nice play. I'll cut that inside to Dele. And then Dele, of course, the creator, Vlahovic, scores! 1-0 Tottenham Hotspur. Dele Alli again creating another goal. And Dusan Vlahovic with the finish. He's getting better and better, boys. I'm genuinely starting to feel like we can rely on Dusan Vlahovic a little bit more. He celebrates there with the fans. He just seems to be making better runs and getting in better positions. That's a great ball from Dele. And that finish is fantastic. A lot of pressure on him, of course. We do plan on bringing in Lautaro Martinez, but he knows that there's going to be a burden on his shoulders when Harry Kane leaves. He knows that for sure, especially being our number 9. That he's going to have a huge impact in the team. Son's going to beg Harry Kane there to get into a good position. Oh, Dele Alli's in acres and he's fluffed it. Oh, he still bounces about. I don't know what Dele was trying to do there, but he's completely missed the football. He went for the spectacular, and he completely missed the ball. This is where Wolves can be dangerous on counters like this. Renato Sanchez. Oh, I thought I blocked him off well enough, and then he took such a heavy touch there. That's poor from young Portuguese man, Harry Kane. He wants Dusan going again. He's got Dusan going again. Same position. And it's the same result. Dusan Vlahovic makes this one 2-0. And Wolves really are not tracking his run correctly. That's another goal for Dusan. This time Harry Kane, the passer. He'll get the assist. And 22 minutes in, Wolves really haven't had what I expected them to offer. It's an easy ball in. Where's the defending? Vlahovic slots at home exactly carbon copy, really, of the first goal. This isn't a bad free kick position, but I'm not sure Harry Kane should be taking this. I'm going to put Son on it. Rather have Harry Kane in the box, just so he could aim it in towards him or Dele Alli, who's hit the post. Oh, Dele Alli's just hit the post. Neres now, wanting that ball lofted into him. He got it. Neres is really good here. Neres will drill that one across to Vlahovic for a hat-trick, and Vlahovic will get a first-half hat-trick. Can you believe it? Dusan Vlahovic. Well, all the talk has been about Harry Kane, hasn't it? But this man, welcome to centre stage, Dusan. Welcome to centre stage. Neres again is an absolute nightmare for defenders down that right-hand side. It's a brilliant ball in and an easy goal for Dusan to just tap home. Well, mistake made again now. Neres finds Dusan straight out of his feet. Dusan tries to loft that one into Harry Kane. Harry Kane didn't really make the run, did he? Connor Cody does really well there to hold him off. Very comfortable going in at half-time, aren't we, boys? Very, very comfortable. Those fans will be happy. It might be cold out there today, but Dusan Vlahovic has done well, getting a hat-trick. That's not very good, is it? Why? That ball isn't in the back of the net. But okay, that's a pretty interesting representation. Those Wolves fans are doing really well to stick it out and sit through this, because I think there might be more for us. They're wide open at the back. It's the first team I've played that have played as wide open at the back as Wolves have been. Big games coming up, and we've got the opportunity to do this. Scarlett on for Kane and Gil on for Son. Let's rest both of them. I want them fully fit for the next match, which is in, I think, 2 or 3 days' time. I want to be able to start them both again, of course. And this has just gifted me that opportunity. Absolutely nothing really happening in this second half. But that's okay with me. We've made the changes. We've made the subs. And if nothing happens, absolutely fine. Go on then, Dusan. Show us what you've got, son. Chest it down nicely. Oh, what's been given here? It was interesting. Was he offside? He must have been offside. That's what they've given. Interesting. I thought he was on. I don't know how he was off, but I thought he was on, clearly. Will they get a consolation? Yes, they will. What a goal that is from Jimenez. What a hit. Spurs were rumoured with Raul Jimenez at one point. He potentially could be someone that we go for as he's getting his career back on track. What a finish that is. Maybe they should have started him then. The Wolves fans do have something to celebrate, at least in the end. This is just a straight ball down our throats, which you'll find a lot this year. And that is a hit and a half. What a finish. Nothing more than a consolation, though, at this stage, right? Nothing more than a consolation at this stage. There's there. Finds Scarlett. Oh, Scarlett's pass wasn't bad to Dusan. He's got the runner in Gil. He's going to try and thread him in. Gil ran inside. He needed to run more outside, I think, there. That was the problem. We are still trying to go for another goal. I'm not going to tell the boys. That's not the style of football we're trying to play. I'm going to keep going for the throw. If that ball makes it through, they're in trouble. Dele Alli now, though. Found Scarlett. They'll stand off. Scarlett! Scarlett! I thought he was going to do a Jimenez. Not quite the same quality as Jimenez, Scarlett, when it comes to shooting. We've brought on Dominguez now as our final sub, though, at Cam. Just Dele Alli's had a great game. Again, I like using him to link up play. I think that's probably... his best position is probably Cam, in my opinion. When he's linking stuff up, he really is enjoyable to use. Well, Raul Jimenez again. Great position for him. Fires off another one, and this time Lloris is equal to it. Full time, and the hat-trick hero will go and collect the ball. Dusan Vlahovic, his first hat-trick at the club. I'm not sure if he's had one in real life. Might be his first ever hat-trick as a professional footballer. But really happy for him. He was just outstanding that first half, and we were outstanding that first half. The second half was a little bit more flat, but that's fine. We were sitting back a little bit more. Eric Dier's going absolutely nowhere, is he? He's going absolutely nowhere no time soon. They couldn't agree an agreement. Couldn't agree an agreement? Well, they couldn't. So Eric Dier will be staying. Not ideal, but he's still here for now. He doesn't want to go, does he, boys? He's really happy under Yorkie. And he just doesn't want to leave the club. This will be the starting 11 for this game here against Drogheda. Maybe. They're Irish. I think it's Drogheda. I'm going off what the comments said. We're going to quick sim it. I think we should be able to quick sim the entirety of this first preliminary round. But we'll see what happens in the first knockout leg. Whether we have to play the second 3-2. We might just have to play the second, because getting knocked out would be extremely embarrassing. So 3-2, they managed to bag themselves 2 goals. We'll probably play the second one. I'm going to play this match here as well against Manchester City, who now have Erling Haaland in their team. This will be the starting 11, basically full strength. Bergwijn coming in on the right. And yeah, I think we can give Man City a good game. Do we win this? I'm not overly sure. Erling Haaland starting up top. It's going to be tough. Stefan in net, though, maybe we can exploit that weakness that they've gone with a rotation goalkeeper. Apart from that, it's basically full strength for Man City. This could be an issue. Really excited about this one, to be honest with you. First time playing at the Etihad in FIFA 22. And Man City should be a real tough task. They're trying to grow in this season. They had a really bad start to it here under Pep, but they're getting better and better as the weeks go on. And of course, when you spend, what, 133 million on Erling Haaland, you're going to be even better now, especially scoring goals going forward. They did sign Jamie Vardy as well, however. So he'll be on the bench. Hopefully today we can give the travelling fans something to cheer about. Kane and Haaland on the same pitch. That's something to cheer about just instantly anyway, isn't it? Jack Grealish could cause problems as well. This really is a tough level of opposition. And these moments we're going to have to make count. And Ndombele now tries to play it forward. Can't get the pass out of his feet. Grealish is going to find Bernardo Silva. Nearly was a Tottenham player, let's remember. Is he going to punish me here early doors? Erling Haaland will, though. 1-0 at Manchester City. And it doesn't matter what angle he's at, does it? He's going to find the back of the net. It's such a star-studded squad. That cut-in from Bernardo Silva just absolutely did me in. I mean, look at the power he gets on that. Erling Haaland in that position. It's such a tight position. He still finds the back of the net. He's got 2 goals in 3 matches already. So he's not having a bad start, is he, to his Manchester City career? We will need to see what we can do today. Go on, Harry. Go on, Harry. Son will keep going and then try and thread it through to Harry, but Ruben Dias is there again. Absolute top quality defender. Well, it would help if they stopped selling me and making me look stupid. And Haaland's in again, maybe. Romero, brilliant defending. Harry Kane's done fantastic there to get that to Bergwijn. And now Bergwijn's going to have some options. Bergwijn's going to have some options. He squares it, and Lo Celso will make it 1-1 just like that. What a great opening 13 minutes here. Harry Kane's pass out wide there to Bergwijn, though, was so key in that move. Oh, we're going to make it 1-1. We're still in this. We're very much in this game. Had to sweat this, though. Way too many bodies across, and that angle was tight for Bergwijn. I'm not sure he would have scored it. I was kind of aiming for Son, I'm not going to lie, but Lo Celso finished it nonetheless. Oh, Grealish has been found in out. And I'm really struggling with the pace. Just the skill and ability of the forward-thinking players as Rodri fires off that shot. And now this is where we're going to have to be good. Harry Kane's on the ball. Son making the run. I waited and waited. Is he on? He is on. Heung-min Son to make it 2, surely. Son to make it 2, and Stefan saves it. He's got to find the back of the net there. Son is lacking a bit of confidence at the moment. Hasn't scored in a few games, and this was the one, surely. What a save. I'm not quite sure how many of them we're going to get. Fire that one forward. I wanted Harry Kane there. I don't know what really happened there. Lo Celso finds himself on the football. And Dembele finds Harry Kane. Harry Kane holds it up well and then fires off a shot to test Stefan. Oh, De Bruyne fires that one across towards Erling Haaland. Romero's ball back wasn't great, but Sanchez will clear it. And now the question surely is there a breakaway? Bergwijn. Oh, he's done really well there, Bergwijn. If he can find that pass across, he couldn't. It was a tough one, probably had to lift that. Haaland now fires off the shot from distance and Lloris will save it. He's just dangerous. Every time he gets on the ball, I'm worried. Him at Man City is just going to make them a powerhouse for seasons and seasons to come as he gets his head on that one. Might have just been put off a little bit by Dembele. Lo Celso. Oh, Lo Celso. You don't expect him to be the one playing a bad pass. Oh, we might have fouled Grealish there. We're going to get away with it. Sanchez will block it. We do get away with it. Now is the break on. Bergwijn. He wants Son. He doesn't want Son, sorry. He wants Kane, and he's got Kane. Here is Harry Kane. Surely Harry Kane doesn't miss this. Harry Kane makes it 2-1, and Tottenham will take the lead, and it's a prime counter-attack, which we knew we were going to have to do today against Manchester City, and that's why that man's so important. Nayley was a Manchester City player, wasn't he? He nearly joined Man City. So close to making that decision. Today he's punished them. Link up between Bergwijn and Kane just seems to be really good out there today. And we needed it. We definitely needed it. I haven't been great at countering with a football. Today it's felt different. I think Son should have scored his opportunity. He didn't take it. I get Harry Kane in those spots, and that's a goal all day long. And what are they doing now? Harry Kane's maybe going to go through again, is he? Oh, they get a touch on that. That was important. Man City took the lead here at the Etihad Stadium, but Harry Kane, Bergwijn, Son, Lo Celso, all having huge impacts for us. We will go in with the lead, which seems crazy, but we will go in with the lead against Man City. But we're going to, after that first half, but you can see here already, we're just creating better chances, better opportunities. That's most likely because we're hitting them on the break. As you can see, we only made 32 passes that first half to their 72. So we only made 32 passes, but at the end of the day, we're putting ourselves in really good positions to score goals. More of the same this second half, please. Just more of the same. And we should be fine. We should be coming away with a victory here today, which is definitely not what I was expecting to say against Manchester City. That was an interesting way to control the football there, though, wasn't it? And Son now, who likes to cut in. They've given him that space. Son will fire off the shot. Oh, Son's finally got his shooting boots back. Son has finally got his shooting boots back. And you said, cut inside a little bit more. I found cutting inside very difficult this year. He managed to do it there thanks to the run of, I think, Lo Celso. And that is a brilliant finish. We did say Stefan could be caught out. And Son has caught Stefan out here right at the start of the second half. That's a brilliant finish. Man City haven't been great this year. And there's a long way back for them now. Poor performance, really, when you think about it. All the possession, all the football. They've let us counter, and our key players have really had an impact when we needed them to. Oh, they could be in here, though. I won't speak too soon. João Cancelo against Sanchez. I thought Sanchez had done enough there. Cancelo will whip that one across. Romero's there. So important for us to get that Romero deal done next year. We know that. He's been so good for us this year. Harry Kane now will play that one across. Oh, this could be good. They're wide open again, Manchester City. And Dembele will make it 4-1. And what are Man City playing at the start of this second half? The defence is non-existent. Well, we fought for everything so far in this half. João Cancelo now. Again, he's just not had a good day, has he? He really hasn't had a good day there. Oh, this could be good. Harry Kane's not silly. He plays it straight on to Heung-min Son for his second of the game. Surely Son now. Oh my God, he hasn't beaten Stefan again. He can score the spectacular, but one-on-one at the minute, he seems to be struggling against a goalkeeper. Haaland now's been found. He hasn't had much of the football. And guess what? Davinson Sanchez has just dealt with Haaland, but the ball's given straight back to him. And wow, that's what he's got to offer. Erling Haaland capitalises on a poor pass out from us. And makes it 4-2. He's probably the only thing that's been good today for Man City is Haaland. You can see a lot of fans have left the ground. A lot of fans have left the ground now at this stage, being 4-1 down. Sanchez does so well. Romero's ball out, not good enough. Wow. You don't stop that, Lloris. You don't stop that. Well, the fans are chanting, you don't know what you're doing. Are they chanting that to Mr. Pep Guardiola? Maybe. They're not having a good season, this Man City team. That's probably why they spent so much money on Erling Haaland, because they have really struggled to climb the table. Mahrez in now, though. We'll take the foul there, to be honest with you. I'm okay with that, and we'll take the yellow on the chin. City's first sub, Zinchenko off. Laporte on. Interesting decision. I think they have been bad at the back, to be fair to them, but they need to score goals, and that kind of free kick's poor. Devine, if he can play a good ball, and he can, he's found Højbjerg. Højbjerg finds Bergwijn, who's found Emerson. Emerson in an unlikely position, tries to square it across, and Stefan comes out. That is brilliant goalkeeping. Go on then, Son. Bad ball into him. Find Dusan Vlahovic. Waits for the run. Bergwijn cuts inside. That's good for Bergwijn. Ruben Dias covered that really quickly. What a performance that is there against Manchester City. Unbelievable performance. They'd all but emptied the stadium by the end of the game because we were just so clinical. Apart from Son a couple of times. We caused them so many problems. We played havoc on that defence. Again, the only plus point that Pep's got from that one is that Erling Haaland will score them a lot of goals. They were just far too easy to break down, weren't they? Far, far, far too easy to break down. Now, we got an offer for Eric Dier again. I am going to accept this one straight off the bat because we wanted 20, but 19 is okay as well. We'll see if he'll actually accept Villarreal. He just obviously didn't want to play for Ajax. We will heavily rotate here for the second leg. Now, I'm going to play it, but what we'll do is if we get a hefty lead, I'll go into the sim because ideally, I just want to get this game done and dusted, go through to the next round. Let's see what they've got to offer. They're at home. They could cause me a problem. Banana skin. We say it a lot, but this is the kind of team that you can slip up against. They played really well in the first leg, and I bet the atmosphere today will be absolutely banging. So you can't just write them off. Sessegnon doing really well there, though. I want to play that into Son as quickly as possible. Son's done really well. Son for 1-0. Oh, maybe should have been. Unbelievable touch there from Son just to take him away from everybody. Corner in. If we can get anyone on it, we do get Dominguez on it, but it's just wide of the post. Not really his bag of tricks, that is it, heading the football, but we're very close. Very, very close. Right start from us already. I kind of expect. I don't know what rating this team has, but I'm not expecting it to be a high rating. Oh, that was a mistake from Oliver Skip. Are we going to gift them the goal to get them back in it? We're not. It was a poor shot. Just an error. Just an error there. Timber knocks it on to Skip, and Skip just knocks it back. Well, just showing that we can be caught off guard. And I'm sure that's probably what happened in the first leg. It nearly happened again there in the second leg. Look at how many bodies they sit back. Oh, Oliver Skip really showing where his passing is. Really showing where his passing is. Scarlett now finds Dominguez surely for 1-0. Will it still be 1-0? It will be 1-0 in the end. Dominguez scores here, and that'll be 4-2 on aggregate. I think another goal, and we might just quick sim. But what we'll do is we'll watch the interactive sim. I haven't actually used that this year yet. Dominguez now getting another goal for the club. I think that's his third now, so actually settled in very well. Scarlett now wants that ball into Son, and he's got it. And recently, Son hasn't really been clinical one-on-one. Will he be this time? Yes, he will. Fools the goalkeeper. And we take a 2-0 lead. Heung-min Son with the goal. I've enjoyed using Son at striker, to be honest with you. And someone did say convert him to striker. I'm not sure that's his strength. But maybe after Harry Kane goes, I could see him really having a focal point here up top. Because when we play this two up top, we do play... The winger plays a bit wider. Son's been found here now. Oh, he's got such great footwork. And that's a great ball in for Dominguez. And there we go. Well, it's what I expected from the first leg. Son, absolute beautiful stuff there. Dominguez has a brace now in this game. Nere's going to celebrate with him. Absolute fantastic stuff. It's just showing where the second string's at now. I think we've improved it as time's gone on. The players have got more match sharpness. The ball in from Sessegnon was good to Son. And then that's just... I mean, Son's different class. I was just going to do interactive. But at 3-0 up, I don't think we need to do interactive. I've got to be 100% honest with you. I think we're probably going to be able to just quick sim this now to the end and get the result. And in the end, it finished that way. No more goals in the game. We do get our victory, a 3-0 win, and we progress to the next round, which is exactly what we need. And we'll see who we get in the next round. I really didn't want to have to play the preliminary games because it just gives us more matches to play, but a bit more strength in depth, and we've got the FA Cup coming up in the next episode against Burnley, 5th round, so quarter-final. Could be a tough task. They're at Turf Moor. Eric Dier has finally decided he wants to leave, and he's going to be going to Villarreal for 15 million. Now, the big question is, how much money... Well, not for 15 million. We'll get 15 million. How much money are they giving me? Not a lot. It looks like we won't get the money until he actually leaves the club. So, it's interesting. I think Romero is going to have to be signed next season. I thought the 5th round was quarterfinals. It's quite clearly not. There's still a couple of big sides left in this. Man United are still left, and Liverpool. But apart from that... Oh, Manchester City, but we have just beaten them. Apart from that, we could end up with a fairly decent run into the final. And we've been handed a real tough task here in the Europa Conference. I am guessing that they fell out of the Europa League, which is mad, right? If you think about it. We will be taking on Jose Mourinho's Roma, and that will be a very tough task. When you look at some of the teams we could have come up against, Roma, really not the one we would have wanted. Really not the one. I would argue that ourselves and Roma are the best two sides left in this competition. One of us will be knocked out. We have that coming up in the next episode as well. So action-packed episode again next time out. I might have to split that into 2 episodes because we're really getting to the crunch time now of the season. Games will come thick and fast. The Man United game there as well, I would kind of like to play, but I do want to still speed through this. I don't want them taking so long. Attention spans will drop off if we take forever playing all these games. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed the Sunday upload. I think if we do upload on a Sunday, it'll probably be around this time again, like 7, half 7, just because then you can get all the football done and dusted out of the way. You can have had your Sunday dinner, and you can sit down in the evening, and you can watch a bit of Yorkie play this Tottenham Hotspur save. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you very much for helping me hit 2K. I can't wait to see where we go with this channel this year. You're all absolute bloody legends. See you in the next one.